The Use Determination for Pollution Control Property Application form is now available online through the TCEQ's STEERS system. This presentation will show you how to complete an application online using the STEERS system. From the TCEQ's homepage, www.tceq.texas.gov, scroll down to the Online Services section and click E-Permitting STEERS. The STEERS login screen will appear. Enter your electronic reporting or ER account number and password. Click Login to continue. If you do not have a STEERS account number, click I need to create a new account under the login fields. Detailed instructions on setting up a new STEERS account can be found on the Tax Relief webpage. For this presentation, we will continue as though the user has an existing STEERS account. For this presentation, we will be using the internal STEERS test environment. When you are ready to submit an application, you will use the external STEERS environment. The online Use Determination for Pollution Control Property application is designed so that users can work on an application, stop, and come back to continue working on the application. An application can also be completed and submitted during one login session. A timer is located in the upper right corner of the screen. STEERS automatically logs users out after 20 minutes of inactivity. Activity is defined by moving from one page to another, not by entering information on a page. After your application has been created, you can save your work by clicking the Next Save button on any page where it is present. STEERS will save your work even if you haven't entered information for each required field. Use the provided module navigation buttons. Data can be lost if the Browser Back button is used. Once you are logged into STEERS, click the Tax Relief for Pollution Control Property EPR Prop 2 program area. On the Activities page, click Fill Out. Select Use Determination for Pollution Control Property and click Next. This screen indicates that an application has been created. Please make note of the application reference number. This will be the number you will use to track your application and correspond with TCEQ staff until the application is submitted and an application number has been assigned. The password can be changed by clicking the Set Access Rights button. The password can be shared with others so they will have access to this application. Click Next to fill out the application. Provide information for the facility by completing one of the three options. Option 1. Enter the regulated entity number, RN, for the facility. Option 2. Enter an authorization number for the facility, such as a permit issued by the TCEQ. Or Option 3. If you are not sure if the facility has an existing RN, you can search using the name, county, or physical address. Click Next. If an existing RN is found, it will be displayed. Scroll down the page and review the regulated entity site information on the screen. If the information is correct, copy RE information near the top of the page. The screen will automatically populate the fields using the information from the TCEQ's central registry. If no changes are necessary, click Next Save at the bottom of the screen. If changes are necessary, or if the facility does not have a valid RN, the TCEQ Core Data form must be completed and sent to TCEQ before you can complete the application online. The customer is the owner of the facility and property for which you are requesting a use determination. Provide information for the owner by completing one of the four options. Option 1. Select the correct customer number, CN, from those provided. These are customers that are affiliated with the RN in Central Registry. Option 2. If the correct CN is not listed under Option 1, enter the owner's CN. Option 3. enter an authorization number for the facility, such as a permit issued by the TCEQ, or option 4. If you are not sure if the customer has an existing CN, you can search using the name, Federal Tax ID, State Franchise Tax ID, or Secretary of State filing number. Click Next. If Steers detects delinquent fees are owed to TCEQ, you will be notified on this screen and have the option to pay the fees using the ePay system. If delinquent fees are detected, the use determination application cannot be submitted online until the delinquent fees are paid. If an existing CN is found, it will be displayed. Scroll down the page and review the information on the screen. If the information is not correct, or if the information is for a different owner, you can search for a valid CN by clicking Search Again. If the information is incorrect, changes must be submitted to the TCEQ using the TCEQ Core Data form. If the owner does not have an existing CN, or if changes to the information displayed are necessary, the TCEQ Core Data form must be completed and sent to TCEQ before you can complete the application online. If the information is correct, select a response to the statement, "I certify that the full legal name of the entity applying for this permit has been provided and is legally authorized to do business in Texas." Complete the information for the responsible authority contact. For use determination applications, this can either be a company contact or it can be the same as the application contact with whom the TCEQ will correspond for the application. Once all the information has been entered, click Next Save. The application contact is the person that TCEQ staff can contact regarding the information supplied in this application. Correspondence relating to this application will be directed to this person. If the application contact is the same as the responsible authority contact submitted on the customer applicant information page under the question Same as another contact, select the responsible authority. Doing so will auto-populate the fields. If the application contact is not the same as the responsible authority contact, complete the required fields. Review the information displayed, make any necessary changes, and click Next Save. The Pollution Control Property General Characteristics section of the application is where you will enter details about the property for which you are requesting a positive use determination. For question 1, enter the name of the pollution control property, including make and model numbers if known. This should be the name of the property for which the tax exemption is sought. This is not the name of the facility where the property is located. For question 2, enter a detailed description of the pollution control property. Describe what the property is, where it is located within the production processes of the facility, how it is used as pollution control equipment at the facility, the pollution it controls, and any material it recovers. For question 3, indicate whether the property is used 100% as pollution control equipment by selecting yes or no. If the answer is yes, question 3.1 will appear on the screen for you to explain how it was determined that the equipment is used 100% for pollution control. If the answer is no, question 3.1 will appear asking you to indicate the partial use determination percentage that is being requested. For question 4, indicate whether the property generates a marketable product by selecting yes or no. If the answer is yes, question 4.1 will appear, asking you to describe the marketable product. Indicate whether the property is integrated pollution control equipment by selecting yes or no for question 5. If the answer is no, text will appear on the screen telling you that separate applications must be filed for each piece of property. For question 6, indicate whether there are any applicable permit numbers for the pollution control property. If the answer is yes, question 6.1 will appear asking you to list the applicable permit numbers. Enter the appraisal district account number for the property for question 7. If the property has not been assigned an appraisal district account number, enter new property for this question. Enter the total estimated cost of the property for which you are seeking a use determination. If this use determination is to be based on an incremental cost difference, enter the estimated incremental cost of the property here. For question 9, select the type of application being filed, either Tier 1, 2, or 3. Tier 1 applications are for property listed in the Tier 1 table. The Tier 1 table is a list of property which has previously been reviewed and determined to be used wholly for pollution control purposes when used as described and when no marketable product arises from the use of the property. The Tier 1 table can be found at 30 TAC 17.14a. All of the property listed on the application must either be listed on the Tier 1 table or be installed to allow the use of the listed property. Property that generates a marketable product or that is not used as described on the table is not eligible for a Tier 1 application. The fee is $150. Tier 2 applications are for property not listed on the Tier 1 table, but that is used 100% for pollution control. It may include property on the Expedited Review List, or K list, if the property is used 100% for pollution control. The Expedited Review List can be found at 30 TAC 17.17b. The fee is $1,000. Tier 3 applications are for property that is used partially for pollution control. The application may include property on the K list. The fee is $2,500. If Tier 1 is selected, question 9.1 will appear asking you to select the appropriate number from the Tier 1 table. To select a table number, click the table number under the side labeled Available, and then click the right arrow button between the Available table and the Selected table. The selected table number will appear in the selected table. Table numbers can be removed from the selected table by highlighting the table number to be deleted and clicking the left arrow button between the Available table and the Selected table. Multiple table numbers can be selected by pressing and holding the Control button on the keyboard as you select from the Available table. Details from the selected table numbers will appear on the screen under the table. If the type of application is a Tier 2 or 3 application, question 9.1 will appear for you to select the appropriate number from the Expedited Review List, if applicable. The Expedited Review List can be found at 30 TAC 17.17b. To select an Expedited Review List number, click the table number under the side label Available, and then click the right arrow button between the Available table and the Selected table. The selected table number will appear in the selected table. Table numbers can be removed from the selected table by highlighting the table number to be deleted and clicking the left arrow button between the Available table and the Selected table. Multiple Expedited Review List numbers can be selected by pressing and holding the Control button on the keyboard as you select from the Available table. Details for the selected Expedited Review List numbers will appear on the screen under the table. For question 10, enter the specific citation of the adopted environmental rule or regulation that is being met or exceeded by the construction or installation of the property, and describe how the property meets or exceeds the requirements. If the property was installed in order to meet a performance standard-based rule, list the appropriate rule and provide supporting documentation showing how the property allows the facility to meet the appropriate standard. The narrative must cite the specific citation of the environmental rule or regulation that directly applies to the property. For question 11, enter a description of the environmental benefit or pollution control that is directly related to the construction or installation of the property. Indicate whether you plan to attach supplemental documentation to this application by selecting yes or no for question 12. If the answer is yes, the next screen will be the Pollution Control Property Attachment section, where you can upload your attachments. If the answer is no, the next screen will be the STEERS Activities page for Tier 1 or Tier 2 applications, and your application is ready to be signed. For Tier 3 applications, the next screen will be the Pollution Control Property Attachment section, where you can upload your cost analysis procedure documentation. Click Next Save. If you indicated on the previous page that you are planning to attach documentation to the application, you will be directed to this page. Attach documentation showing a process flow diagram or other supplemental information by clicking the Choose button. Select a file and click Open. Repeat these steps to upload other files. If you indicated in the Pollution Control Property General Characteristics section of the application that you are submitting a Tier 3 application, a separate area for you to upload the required cost analysis procedure will be provided on this screen. Good. Attach documentation showing how you determined the partial use percentage by clicking the Choose button. Select a file and click Open. If you wish to upload additional files, repeat these steps to upload those files. If you wish to delete a file before it has been uploaded, you can delete it by checking the box next to the file and clicking Delete. Click Next Save. This concludes Part 1, logging in and filling out an application. Part 2, signing an application, will pick up where this presentation has left off. If you have questions specifically for the Tax Relief Program, please contact us. For questions regarding STEERS or your STEERS account, please contact the STEERS helpline.